Okay, I think it's working. If anyone is here, let me know if it's working. Hello, I see some people saying hello. I've never done this before, so I'm not sure if you can hear me. I just thought I would start a few minutes early just in case I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Hi guys, can everyone hear me okay? Okay, awesome. Hello to okay, I'm looking at the comments to Kareem and then hello to Spring Rising. Hello, Nina. Hi, Ashley. Oh my gosh, there's so many people. Hi, Chloe. Hi, Ava. Hi, Blue. Hi, Shaylin. Hi, Emily. Hi, Amelia. So this is a writing stream. It doesn't start until technically 3, but I just wanted to pop on and say hello. Hi, Dalton. Hi, Vanessa. I actually wanted to test something. I don't know if I share my screen, if you guys will be able to see my document, because I want you guys to be able to see a timer, but I don't know if it will show my document if I switch up a window. So I have to test that. Why not now? Let's test that now. Hi, Amber. Let me share my screen and we'll see if probably not making any sense if that works. Okay. Okay. Hi, August. Hi, Grace. Okay, I'm gonna test I'm gonna test the screen sharing feature before we really get started. And see if that works. Share screen. Let's see. So if I share this, you guys are seeing this timer, hopefully, whenever that works. Okay. And what if I switch the window? I wonder if that is switching to my document. I don't know. I think it's okay. I think it's okay. Let me stop sharing. Okay. Okay, hopefully it's not switching to my document. Okay, hi everybody. I'm trying to say hi to everyone. Hi Bales, hi Zarna. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Hi Annie. Okay. Okay, well I hope it ends up working when we do some sprints. I don't know how long this is going to run, but at least an hour. Okay. And so the stream is started now. I guess it's 3. So I just wanted to say hello. Let's chat. How is everybody doing today? It's Friday. Hello. I see everybody in the chat. How is everyone doing? I know NaNoWriMo's coming up. Is anyone doing any Preptober plans? Hi, Petra. Oh no, you think you failed your math test? Oh no. I'm sorry. For Spring Rising, to answer Spring Rising's question, will you be working on feeding habits? Yeah, I think so. I have a short story that I need to hand in for a workshop that I'm really behind in because I got a little stuck. So I was thinking I might work on that, but I don't like it. So I might work on feeding habits. Hi, Ashley. Grace says I might be planning for some short stories for Nano. Ooh, Amber Rose says we had a big snowstorm today. Oh man, Toronto. I'm in Toronto right now. It's been so warm. So it only really got cold, I think, today. There hasn't been any snow, but I don't know. I don't know if you like snow, but I'm sorry if you don't like snow. I don't like snow. So I mean, snow's kind of fun. I was excited. Ava says, I was excited for Nano until last night when I realized how close it actually was. That's how I feel. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to, like, do that. If you saw my video, I posted a video, I think last week on my plans. I'm just going to do half hour a day, but I feel like it's too soon. I'm not sure I'm prepared. Shaylin says, no Preptober in this house. We go into NaNoWriMo feral and unprepared. It's so true. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm doing. August says, I'm doing plenty of Preptober right now. I actually have COVID, so I have lots of time. Oh my goodness. I hope you feel better. Get well soon. I'm sorry to hear that. And then Lady Yuko, I might be saying that name wrong, but I'm trying to outline today. I think I'll be busy tomorrow. Yeah, that's a good idea to get ahead. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, get in like a good position before like I launch myself into trying to do NaNoWriMo. Bale says, good. Finishing up a lot of homework. I'm not doing anything for Preptober. We're just doing a light NaNoWriMo. Yeah, that's a good idea. Honestly, I've been doing a lot of homework too. It's like no fun, but that's okay. Vanessa says, I picked up my novel for the first time in 6 months for Nano. Wow. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, I hope that goes really well for you. Chloe says my Preptober is still reading all of Emma Klein's work. That's me. I may or may not also do that. I got the her story collection and I read like the first 2 stories. I really enjoyed them. Maya says, hello. Hi. Working on some short stories. That's a really great idea. I'll be making a playlist for my Nano project, says Nina. Yeah, that's a really good idea. I think I might do that as well. Hi, Gio. Thank you. Thank you. Zarna says, I'm a planter and I haven't planned anything and I plan to do NaNoWriMo. That's okay. Honestly, I feel you. I've done nothing. I changed like a huge thing in feeding habits and I have no idea like what it's going to turn out like. Shaylin says, I was so hyped for Emma Klein's collection. I accidentally pre-ordered it twice. That's funny. That's awesome. Dalton says, planning a strategy to write all my short stories while returning to work in 2 weeks. Wow. Okay, that sounds like a plan. Carly asks, will you be saving the stream? I can't stay for long. Yes, if all goes well, I am hoping that it will save. I have no idea what streaming is, so I will try to save it. Poetry NaNoWriMo, Emily Jean says. I wonder if that would be an awesome thing actually to do. I feel like you could do like maybe a poem a day or something. Be Gone says, hey Rachel, I came across your channel about a month ago. I'm a new writer, 12 years old, and I've gained a lot of knowledge from you. Thank you. Oh my God, I started writing when I was 12. Thank you for being here. Blue says, for Preptober, I've mostly daydreamed about my novel while listening to the playlist I created for it. That's me. I feel you. When all else fails, daydream. That's the plan too. That counts as NaNoWriMo in my books. Okay, if it saves as private or unlisted, the stream, if it saves as private or unlisted, I will make sure to make it. Ooh, Maya says, speaking of good collections, I'm reading Kelly Link's Get in Trouble and Dying from Jealousy. Ooh, I love like feeling super jealous when I read other writers' work. That's how I know like I love their work. So I might have to pick that up. Spring Rising asks, have you read Marlena by Julie Bunton? I think you'd like it. I actually started it like many times, but a secret about me is like I'm really bad at committing to reading. In all of this year, I have read one novel. It was for a class and it was like 200 pages long. And I had the audiobook because it was just faster for me to read it that way. And so, yeah, I don't really commit to reading all that well, but I've heard really good things about Marlena. And I think it has like the girls vibe. So I don't know why I'm sleeping on it, but I'm just so bad at committing myself to reading. It takes me like a year to read one book. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, okay. So I'm gonna have to check out Get in Trouble then. Honestly, Amber Rose says, OMG, I feel like I can never finish reading books anymore. I really feel you. Honestly, I can't either. I think I've been reading a book since December and I love the book. I just like don't read it. It's something I'm trying to get better at. I think I just forget, so I think I need to write down, like, read a book because it's important. Begon asks, "Are there any books of yours that I can purchase?" No, I don't have any books published, but I do have some short stories published, and they're always linked in my description. Only one of them is out right now, but one of them is coming out in December, maybe sometime in the winter. Yeah. Um, but okay, how about we start a sprint in like a few minutes? We can start maybe in 5 minutes for a sprint. I was thinking of doing like a 15-minute sprint. How's everybody doing with like your projects and stuff? I kind of want to know like the deets. What have you been working on and has it been going well? You guys might have seen like one of my videos I posted recently, like I was angsting about writing, and the truth is like that's still me. I had like a bit of a breakdown with feeding habits because it was just not working. I almost like quit the fostered series. It was a whole ordeal. It was a big thing. And it was really upsetting, obviously. Um, but then I was talking to my lovely sister, and she gave me some really good advice about like, I think I'm going to mention it in a video, but she said, like, it's not about what works, it's about what makes you happy. And it was so true. And I ended up taking that advice and I said, let me like reunite my boys way earlier than I intended. And so I've kind of in a strange place with feeding habits because I kind of like jumped on some random like path that I was not expecting. But let's see what you guys are working on. Um, right? Chloe says, "This is such a mood. I want the energy of 12-year-old me who read like a whole ass novel in 2 days back." Right? Right? I used to read books in like one day. I don't know how I did that. Wow. Um, I stopped reading because school got so overwhelming and I never have any free time, says Kareem. I might be saying your name wrong. I'm sorry. Let me correct me if I'm wrong. But that's such a mood. I honestly don't read because I'm stressed. So then I kind of just watch YouTube. My thing is like I watch when I'm in my free time, like this is real, like getting really real. I think as a student, sometimes you get so tired. You just can't really like have the brain power to like even write or like read something. So I've just been committing to like a lot of YouTube and a lot of Modern Family. And those are my two favorite things really right now. I've also been rewatching Hannibal. Um, Annie says, I usually read a lot, but nothing. But during quarantine, I've been reading close to nothing, which is so strange. I don't know why. I think that makes sense. Quarantine has been a weird time for everybody. Um, Mimi Trobella, I might be saying your name wrong, says, "Hello, Rachel and everyone. It's 11 p.m. here, but I needed to be here. Haha, congrats for 2K, Rachel. Thank you for being here. It's so late. I'm sorry. I was trying to find a time that worked for everybody, but time zones are so weird. So maybe I can do one a little bit early next time. Um, so August says, I changed the structure for insect poison to also include bits from the future, and it makes so much more sense now. Ooh, that sounds so cool. Oh my God, I want to read that. Sarna says, I finished my first novel last month. Oh, congrats! And I want to write another, but I keep switching between short stories, short films, feature-length films, and novels. I always get scared to start new projects. I totally feel you. I was so scared to start a new project at the beginning of quarantine that I just like procrastinated my way into writing another fostered novel, which is probably why that series is so long. Haley says, I'm rewriting the end of my second novel because it's a huge mess, but it's going quite well. I feel you with your novels being a huge mess. My book is a mess right now. But you're totally gonna rewrite it amazingly, I'm sure. Amelia's mainly editing right now. Grace started writing their first novel. Heir of Choice placeholder name, but that's a really cool name a few days ago. Now you're almost 3K in. That's awesome. Congrats. Bale says, I've been working on my fan fiction novel for almost 2 years. Went through the same thing you did with feeding habits for a while, but now I'm back on track. Yeah, that's really good. That's awesome that you're back on track now. Shaylin says, I'm working on a short story. I wanted to finish it before Nano to have a clean slate. That's how I feel. I'm like, I need to finish this story for class, but at the same time, it's not working. So, like, I don't know. But I feel like I'm going to get overwhelmed if I leave it. But, Kareem says, I read the whole Harry Potter series in like 3 days. I've never read Harry Potter. I've never read it ever. I was never a Harry Potter person when I was a kid. But I wonder if they're any good. I know there's a lot of stuff about, like, JK rolling out and stuff, but, um I'm approaching the halfway point of my novel this weekend, says Amber. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, we're both at like the halfway point. We're halfway point buddies. Ava says, for Nano, I'm going to be writing a novel called White Clover. Ooh, good title. Aiming for 60K in November. Wow. Okay, so you can finish the entire draft before December. That's awesome. Great goal. Yeah, I totally feel you with the Emily says, I always go back to my comfort shows. Yeah, I just like always jump back to like TV that I really like. Oh, I'm so happy I'm saying your name right, Kareem. I feel like I'm really behind on the comments. I'm trying to read as fast as possible. Maya's writing sci-fi for the first time. I've never written sci-fi. It seems so fun. Like, I really want to write like genre fiction and be like that good to write genre fiction. I feel like I get overwhelmed. But it seems like so cool. Spring Rising says, I used to be able to write 7.5K a day, but now I can barely write 200 words. Something has shut off my brain since starting and graduating uni, trying to pick up the pace a little again. I totally feel you. When I was a kid, I used to write so much. I feel like it's normal, maybe even as you like age. So I wonder if it'll be like kind of in waves. Like one day maybe we'll be able to write like tons again, but it's okay to like just write a few hundred words a day. It's just like, I guess, like a dip in the well. Sometimes it just happens. And that's totally normal. Be Gone says, do you plan to publish a book ever in your career? Totally, just not anytime soon. Vanessa is working on a big scene at the moment, so perfectionism is kicking in. But I hope this live will help. Oh my god, I feel you. I'm working on a huge scene where I'm reuniting my boys, and I don't know what to do. So I keep getting stuck every few sentences. Annie's been writing fan fiction. It's going great. Waking up super early and writing before my family wakes up, but I still don't feel satisfied. I keep wanting to write more. Wow, that's awesome that you're waking up early. I think getting some time alone is great to clear your head and sort of quiet the space and stuff. That's awesome. Chloe says, I'm very excited because Church Mud is going to be super chill. I'm literally going to go into each chapter like, okay, what do I do? What do I want to happen right now? Plot doesn't exist. It's so true, honestly. That's what I have been trying to do a little bit more. Alicia finished short story for competition recently. Now I'm done my college applications. I hope to start working on like a free write novel. Well, I hope you win the competition. Like, I'm totally sure you will. That's awesome that you're writing for a competition. Kira also just finished a short story for a competition, and fingers crossed it ends up published. That would be the goal. You know, everybody's submitting for competition. I need to submit for competition like tomorrow. And I hope we all win. Kira, I'm totally sure you're gonna win that competition. Jessica wrote the first 15,000 words of a fan fiction piece, hoping to hone my skills and write something original. That's an amazing accomplishment. Good job, Jessica. Wow, 15,000 words. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, the whole Harry Potter JK Rowling thing. Yeah, can stop being on the internet. I think I would agree with that. Yeah, I don't think I would read Harry Potter now. It's just not. I think that's a lot of books, and you guys know me. Like, I have barely read anything this year. Um. Oh yes, I see. There's a lot of conversation about the Harry Potter stuff. That's great. Shaylin says, I love sci-fi, but as a writer, I feel personally victimized by it because it's too hard for me. I feel you. It's so difficult. Like, people who can write sci-fi and fantasy, like things where like you need to like world build and stuff, like wow. Like, you're really doing it. And I want to be you. Kira says reunion scenes are everything. So hard but so worth it. I know. I don't know what they're gonna say in that scene that I have to write in a bit. Geo asks, what TV shows have inspired your book writing? The original Charm series has been my biggest inspiration for my novel. For me, TV series specific for feeding habits, I think Hannibal was a big one. Will Graham and Hannibal is like a lot like Lonan. They kind of talk similarly, so that was like really inspirational um for me when I was writing the beginning of Hannibal, or the beginning of Hannibal. I wish I wrote Hannibal. The writing in Hannibal is so good. So whenever I watch that show, I feel like compelled to write good things. And usually my dialogue is better when I watch a bit of Hannibal before I write. Um yeah. But yeah, that's probably the biggest one, I think. What about you guys? Any TV shows that like inspire your writing and stuff? Um, definitely have a few. I think I don't watch that much TV, but I think I watch more TV than I read books. Does that make me a bad author tuber? I'm sorry. Like, I wish I could read more. If you guys have written books or written stories and they're out there in the world, or you have a blog or something, leave them in the chat so like I can go like check you guys out and support your stuff and stuff. Oh, I totally get your reference, the Mean Girls reference, Kareem. Yeah. And the solidarity with people who don't know how sci-fi works. I feel you, Chloe and Shaylin. Ooh, watching Bly Manor right now, Shaylin says, and it's making me want to write horror. I wanted to watch that so much. I watched Hill House when it came out with my sister, and it was so good. Like, we watched the whole thing, but like I don't really like watching horror. I like thrillers, like, but horror, I get scared. Paranormal things terrify me because I believe in ghosts. And so I couldn't watch it, but I listened to it, and it was awesome still. Zarna says TV and books don't usually inspire me. I tend to get my inspo from movies. Yeah, movies are great, honestly. I feel you. I love movies a lot. I also don't watch as many movies as I want to, but movies are also a big thing for me. I don't even know. I think I watched a really good one this year called Into the Forest. It's a Canadian movie. It has Evan Rachel Wood in it, and that one was like that was pre-COVID, but it was kind of so much like COVID that when COVID hit, I was like, this is the same. Wow. And so that one's really good, and that one inspired my writing for sure. Yeah. I feel like I'm missing some comments. I'm sorry. If I keep missing you, just make sure to keep commenting because I want to try to respond. Nina says, the only draft I ever really finished was sci-fi, but to be honest, the only reason I finished it was because I have no idea. It's really bad. I feel you with like not knowing how you finished a draft. But that's awesome that you wrote sci-fi. That's great. Shaylin says Hill House scared me. I felt so weak. It scared me too. I think I just felt seen in Hill House. Like the characters like they reminded me a lot of like my family in some ways. Chloe says Bly Manor is like came for the horse, stayed for the gays. Whew, there are gays. I'm so excited. Oh, that's so exciting now. Wow. Okay, now I have to watch it. Kira says, gay? I'm sold. Same. Gio says, I don't have a blog or anything, but I am 2 subscribes away from 50 subscribers on my channel. So if you want to find out more about my stories and support me, I watch Gio's videos. So follow Gio's channel because Gio's awesome. So support Gio's videos. 50 subscribers. Congrats. That's amazing. I remember when I hit 50 subscribers, I was so excited, and it's a really great accomplishment. Dalton says, I found most of my personal experiences, conversations, and random quotes from people sparks my imagination in various ways. That's awesome. That's awesome. I've always wanted to feel like I could get inspiration from the things around me. I've been trying to do that a lot more. Maya says, I was a film major. Now I'm studying writing and I miss movies. Oh, I always wanted to study film too. That's awesome that you're a film major. I guess you would watch a lot of movies as a film major. That's cool. Kareem says, as a lit fic writer, it's really hard to find media that captures the gritty feeling I want to write. I feel you. Whenever like people ask like lit fic, I'm like, The Girls by Emma Klein. I recommend. It's great. We've almost been live for 25 minutes. So when it hits 25 minutes, we can like do a sprint. And I hope that works out. Like I've never streamed before, so I might make a mistake or something, but a friend of mine published a zombie novel right before COVID hit. It was creepy, says Vanessa. Yeah, it was so creepy to watch that movie, and then COVID was, oh gosh, yeah, it's weird. August says, wait, there are gays. I have to watch it now. That was my reaction. Yeah, it's so funny. Kareem says, do it for the girls and the gays. Yeah. I miss movie theater so much, says Maya. Yeah, totally. I can feel you on that. I didn't really go to the movies that much, but I think because it was kind of like a thing where I only went a few times a year. It was so special and exciting, and you knew that you were excited to see that film whenever you went to the movie theater. And yeah, I feel like we haven't obviously gone in a while because of COVID. But yesterday I went to a show for Nothing But Thieves, did like an online live stream. And so that was really fun. And I didn't think like a concert online could be just as fun as a concert in person. And I'm a huge concert junkie, but it was. But I guess like at home, like movies, it's just not the same. I guess because we've all been watching movies from home for so long. So hopefully, when COVID goes away, we can all go back to the movies. Grace says, making tea, y'all, for writing, feel blessed. Oh, feeling blessed. Right. This is so fun. Okay. Since it's 25:40, I feel like we've been talking for like 5 minutes. How about we do a sprint? Again, I might mess this up. So if I do, you have to tell me. But hopefully it doesn't show my screen. I don't think it will. Okay, but before we do, let me answer these questions. Annie asked, do you ever feel dizzy or sick after too many hours writing, like your eyes feel wrong? I would say yes or no, or answer the question, but I feel like I haven't written for hours in a very long time, so I don't know. When I'm sitting at my computer, I start just to feel like antsy for too long, so I feel you. Last movie I saw in theaters was Cats, and it was all downhill from there. Shaylin, that's so true, right? Everything went downhill. I've really been getting into Broadway. So, like, I clicked on the performance of Memory from the Cats movie, being like, it can't be that bad. And then at first I was like, look, you can't. I was showing my mom, like, Mom, look at this. It's not that bad. Cats is not that bad. And then, like, it got like 20 seconds further into it got weird. It was weird. Kira says, I'm a massive concert person. I saw the Dropkick Murphys live stream in like March or something, but it was awesome. Yeah, I was surprised by how much I liked the live stream. I'm happy you liked the concert you went to. I realized how much I missed going outside, and then my city went into lockdown. Although lockdowns in the UK are a disaster. Oh no, that was from Chloe. All right. Okay, so how about we start a writing sprint? I was thinking we could do 15 minutes. You guys can keep chatting, and then we can come talk after. And then maybe we can do one or two, and hopefully I don't mess this up. So let me share my screen, and I'll get the timer on Google. Okay. So in theory, you should be able to see that and shouldn't be able to see my documents. I'm going to check the stream on my phone to make sure that that is what is happening, because I don't know. Okay. I think it's working. Yeah, we can see it. Everybody, I'm looking at the chat on my phone now. Okay. So how about we start the sprint? I have no idea. Sometimes I don't remember what I last wrote. I'm in the middle of like a heated argument. Oh no. Oh, why did I do this to myself? We can't see your document, just the timer. Okay, great. Okay, so how about we start? So let's start 15 minutes in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay. We should be back to my face, hopefully. I hope that went well for everybody. Chloe says, I think I figured out how to show comments. So Chloe says, going into writing sprints with zero plan, be like, I have no idea why I'm describing this car freshener, but apparently it's important now. I feel you. That was me during the sprint. Oh my god. When I don't know what to write, like I just like spend a ridiculous amount of time describing like an inanimate object, and that usually is what I do the whole sprint, and that's a mood. Gio says, I didn't get much done. I was daydreaming, LOL. I feel you. Let me see how much I wrote. I didn't write very much. But to be fair, I had to finish a scene, which was kind of weird. I wrote 180 words. Ava says, I spent most of my time in the thesaurus. Yeah, same. That's how I usually spend my sprints anyway. Ashley, I'm trying to work with Excel and I hate it. What are you doing in Excel? Wow. Allison says, got in 570 words. That was my first sprint of the NaNoWriMo season. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's like an honor that my stream is the first sprint. Wow, that's really awesome. And 570 words, that's a lot. I don't think I've ever written that much in a sprint. That's awesome. Kira says, I made a WIP intro on Tumblr for said short story I wrote. Awesome. I've been trying to work on that too. Make sure that you link me to that. I'd love to see it. Amber says, this writing sprint was lit. I wrote a couple hundred and found peach tea. No. Oh my god, that's the best tea. And also amazing that you were able to write some stuff. Spring Rising says, the inanimate object demands attention, therefore the inanimate object shall have it, right? Gio says, Rachel, did you see my latest video that I tagged you for? No, I didn't. I must have missed it. Can you please send it to me? Totally send it to me, or just like put it in the comments here or put it in any of my comments somewhere and I will watch it. Sometimes my subscriptions get filled up like crazy from like stuff that I used to watch 10 years ago when I was like 10 and didn't unsubscribe. Sorry. Vanessa says, got about 200 words and added a fancy tie with Santa Claus pattern. That's awesome. Awesome. That's a lot of words. Shaylin wrote 248 words of a very gay flashback. That's awesome. I feel like I'm about to jump into a very gay flashback. Ava wrote 255 words. That's great. Petra wrote 333 words. Really pleased with this number. Yeah, you totally should be. That's a lot. Wow. Jocelyn got 210. Amelia wrote 300 words of fish and ocean. Ooh. Dalton wrote 303 words. Chloe says, gay flashbacks, the best flashback. Ooh, Ashley's working on assignment, physical geography. That's nice of you to be here and do like the sprint during like your physical geography assignment. Haley wrote 320 words. August wrote 292 and spent at least 3 minutes trying to pick which movies some random kid would be watching. You know, you got to do it for the specific detail. I'm not judging. Chloe wrote 170. I was buffing up a scene I wrote yesterday. I just saw a comment that I was going to read. Okay. Maya says, I rewrote a flash piece according to beta readers' comments. Ooh, awesome. Taking feedback is kind of difficult to implement. I'm really happy that you're able to implement it according to the comments. Blue says, I added to the first paragraph of the scene I previously started. Spent most of the time deciding on whether the imagery I'm describing is in character, right? That's me all the time. Chloe is like, I'm just like, if my OCs don't fiddle with this random inanimate object / make them outline it with their finger, I will die immediately. I had a TA in my writing class who had this thing. He called it object interaction. And so I think it's not just you. Like, I think everybody, like the whole writing sphere is like, we're obsessed with like getting characters to interact with objects. So now there's like a term you can use and be like, no, it's not just a random detail. This is specifically object interaction. Barin, I might be saying that wrong. Baron can't stick around, but wanted to say hey and good luck with writing. Thank you for saying hey. I don't know if I missed you already, but hi. Bales wrote 168 words. That's awesome. Spent a lot of time researching French restaurants and names for short story. Ooh, I spent a lot of time researching like really specific things too. I feel you on that. That's so specific. I love it. Megan couldn't get any writing done because I'm working on math homework. Only have one problem left, so that's good. Have to make sure I get it done to avoid a mental breakdown. I used to love like math. I never really loved math, but then I used to love it. It was my favorite subject. Like when I was like 15. When I was younger, I didn't love it, but I was much better at it when I was a kid. And I totally feel you. Getting those problems done early will really help before lots of stress ensues. So good luck with your math problem. I'm sure you will get it really, really soon. Story World of M. I might be saying that wrong. I'm sorry. I just came here on accident when I was just about to start a little writing session. So this stream has perfect timing. Oh my gosh, welcome. August says, we stand gay flashbacks. They're always relevant. I agree. Yay for gay flashbacks. I agree. Giovanni wrote 93 words. All trash. I just want to write crocodiles and unhinged girls. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry that you feel that way. I'm sure they're awesome words. I'm sure they are. I think when I write like in sprints, I kind of feel like I don't know if anything that I wrote is just good, but when I come back later, I really enjoy it. Ashley says just a different kind of sprint for me. Everyone wish Ashley good luck on her Excel sheet. You're gonna do fine. I'm sure it'll be awesome. I don't know how to use Excel, but like all the time on like those like on your resume when they ask like, what you're proficient in, I'm like proficient in Microsoft Excel. No, I'm not. I'm not. It took me 14 minutes to give up this scene that's not working. I feel kind of guilty for giving up like this, but sometimes I feel that the story says it doesn't want to go a certain way, says Annie. I totally feel you on that. I'm sorry. You don't have to feel guilty, but I understand that feeling where you might just, it's not the best feeling in the world. So I totally feel you on that, but I'm encouraging you. I'm here like to cheer you on. It's going to be awesome. Whatever way the story does end up going. I feel you with feeling like some type of way about having to go a different direction. Kareem literally spent the sprint changing my names on all socials. Also, I made a Tumblr. Oh, please link me up with your Tumblr. Nice. Okay. I didn't write that much, but I wanted to ask you guys if you had any suggestions for what I should do, like kind of a choose your own adventure, like my audience helped me write this chapter, because I don't know what to do. So I'm writing this scene, and my boys, if you don't know anything about feeding habits, this probably won't make sense, but my boys have now been reunited, I guess. The only good thing about what I wrote is the last sentence. The last sentence, I say, Lona kneels in the doorway, a kitchen rag fleecing his palms like a dove. The only good thing about that sentence was fleecing. When all else fails, love the verb that you're writing, and the verb will make everything better. But I'm thinking that the boys will go somewhere in the city, which is New York City, that I don't know anything about, and I'm just like pretending that it's Toronto. So I'm just gonna make things up as I go. I'm sorry for anyone who lives in New York City. Maybe somebody who does can help me. I wonder where they should go. Anyone have like any specific ideas on where they should go? I don't know. Everybody loves the boys. Shaylin says, I love the boys. Love it. I love the love for the boys. Verbs make everything better. No, you're totally right. They do, Kira. I hope I'm saying your name right. Love the verbs and the boys, right? But I wonder where they should go. I was thinking like, because now my idea of where characters should go is skewed because of COVID, because I'm like restaurant, but then I'm like, you can't do that. But in the fictional world, they can go to a restaurant. But I have just been like, I guess the real world is like influencing the way that I'm thinking about things now. I'm like, beach, I don't know. We just wrote a scene on the beach. I don't know. Church, ooh, church. I don't know why they would go to church. Boston, make them go to Boston. All of the Fostered books are set in Boston, actually. Most of them are set in Boston. Yes, I know Kareem says that you used to have a Tumblr. I know, I remember when I made that art. I recognize your name. I know who you are. But just link me up to the new one so I can follow your stuff. Forced to share a bed trope. Yes. Make the boys go to an art museum because I'm desperate to go to one. A museum might actually be a really good Joe. That is actually a really good idea. Something with plants, a museum of plants. Maybe we'll do that. I don't know. A museum of plants is like a greenhouse. What time is the scene set? Is it daytime or evening? Chloe asks. I think it's evening. It's like nighttime. Should they like break into an art gallery? I don't know. Associate gardens with gay on a profound level, says Shaylin. Because of Bly Manor. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe they should go to a garden. I don't know. Art museums are incredibly gay. I second that, says Shaylin. Awesome. An old shady bookstore. That could work too, Allison. Yeah, botanical garden is kind of like a museum with plants, says Joe. Yeah, honestly, this is really good stuff. Vanessa says, what about a very specific museum full of staked insects and butterflies? I love that. I love this one. I feel like this is like incorporating everything. And then maybe there's like plants. I don't know. Botanical gardens are much easier to get into when they're closed. Ooh, do you have like advice on this, Amelia? I don't know. I just usually write things and have no idea what I'm doing. Art museum, and they missed the last train, so they have to stay at a hotel. I don't know if I posted the video where I said this, but all of the Fostered books have to have a hotel scene. They have to have one. If not, it's not a Fostered book. Every single Fostered book has had hotel, whether or not it's like character staying there alone, character staying there with the squad, and everyone's having like a squad reunion. It has to have a hotel scene. If not, it's not Fostered. And I don't think I have one on the page yet. Mothwork has one, which was surprising. I didn't do that on purpose. Break into a greenhouse, says Ava. Butterfly pavilion. Ooh. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, Shaylin. I like that one. I feel like we're getting somewhere. I might just incorporate all of these ideas. I really like these. This is great. This is so smart. So I'm going to incorporate all these ideas. I really like the idea of like the, I was going to say, I'm awful. I was going to say skewered insects. Like, I'm going to move on because I feel like I said too much. That could definitely be the hotel scene. Maybe I'll do that. Gaze everywhere says, hello, queen. How are you doing? I'm doing really good. This is awesome. Yeah. Ashley says, oh God, flashback to all the hotel scenes I've read. They're wild. I know. So many of them. I feel like some of them are like fun and then some of them are not, but it's not a Fostered book without one. Hotel scene in your upcoming book, says Ava. Wow, awesome. Right? Join the club. A shady bookstore, butterfly pavilion, in a museum. This is my favorite one, I think. I think we got to incorporate all of it, you know? What if they were at a museum with insects / butterflies, like mentioned above, and there were also moths? I love just putting moths in this book because it's kind of like heavy-handed symbolism, and I love that. So... Yeah, they should break in somewhere. I agree. Like Shaylin says, I like how everyone is suggesting they should break into something, or break into somewhere. I agree. Also, yes, insects. I agree, says gays everywhere. Chloe says, all Lonan and Harrison know is be gay, be angsty, break into butterfly pavilion. Is this not all of Mothwork? It is. It is. Lonan tracing the wing of a moth over the glass. I'm thinking, says Spring Rising. That's so true. If I have that, I will mention you all. Be like, this was written by the stream, because it was. It's not a boys' reunion if they don't do something shady and anti-capitalist. That's so funny, August. Yes, you're so right. But anyway, I feel like we talked so much about me. What about you guys? What did you guys write about? Like, are you happy with anything that you wrote? What are you working on? What's your projects about? Any plans for Nano? We're coming up on an hour of the stream. I'm thinking I might end it at like an hour and a half. But you guys let me know. How have you been doing with writing and your projects? This made me laugh. Thank you, Ashley. This is so funny. How about them having to take a bus to the hotel afterwards? And the bus is super crammed and hot, and everybody's bumping into each other. And yeah, obviously one thing would lead to another. Yeah, we should totally do that. I have no idea what is going to happen. Ooh, Allison needs help with two young female names. If anyone wants to help Allison out, so send the names. I love like name generator. What is it called? It's like randomlists.com or something. And they usually have good ones, or I'll search up like older, like more vintage style names. If that helps. But if anyone has any suggestions, I know Kareem says the time went by so fast, right? I'm gonna have to do more of these. So if anybody had to leave early, or if you're catching the replay and you're watching this right now, hello. But also if you couldn't make it, I will do more of these, especially because of NaNoWriMo. I have my reading break coming up, so that'll be fun. I'll post it in my community tab, so keep your eyes peeled, and also on my Tumblr. And let's also, I wanted to also talk about fan art, because fan art is fun. My sister makes me the best fan art. If you couldn't tell, this, I don't know if that you've seen this in my videos before I get to your lovely comments, but of course I need to shout my sister Sarah out. I thought I was going to say my Sarah sister out, and I was like, oh God, I need to stop myself. But no, I said it right. This painting is my favorite painting she's ever made. And it's a painting of Lonan, and it has gold on it. And it's really cute. And she said the reason why she did this like gold slash here is because like his eyes didn't turn out. So I've always like for the last few years that it's been up, been wondering what the eyes looked like. And like Sarah's art, these heads behind me, those are her characters, and fan art galore. So Sarah makes wonderful, wonderful art. But anyway, Gaze Everywhere says, I'm slowly trying to write political intrigue, but as a fic because I have no time to world build right now. Honestly, that sounds awesome. Zarna says, I'm confused with my own book because the first chapter is in the present, the second is in the past, and now I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe you can have like a frame. Maybe it's like a frame narrative that you're working with. Maya says, cursing the day I decided to turn my competition submission into a 1K workshop submission. I feel you. Oh my gosh. That's like too real. I know that one. Google thinks I'm probably 1, pregnant, and 2, devout Christian because I keep looking up Bible symbolism, says Chloe. Oh my God, me. Me. Right? Kareem says her speed paints are so good in regards to Sarah's art. Right? She's so talented. The reason why I love Sarah is because I love her, and obviously also because she makes me beautiful fan art. That's the reason I learned how to draw, is because I was too cheap to, not that I'm saying like don't commission artists. Obviously commission artists is a very important thing to do, but I was too cheap to pay other people to draw my characters, so I learned how to draw. Which is a little ridiculous. August says, I love making fan art for other people's characters, but I have no clue how to do it for my own characters anymore. I feel you. I feel like I usually prefer, I think there's just something super fun and nice in giving somebody fan art, which is why I usually draw fan art too, for other people's characters. The story world of M says, haha, yeah, this gives me flashbacks to that one time my mom found my baby name notebook. Oh my gosh, wow. I don't think I keep a list anymore. I used to, but now I kind of just laugh when I look at the list because most of the names, first of all, I picked when I was like 11 or 12, and they're like, which one is one of them? Do you guys want me to read some of these ridiculous names? Because it's really funny. Let me find it. These are like names that I thought were amazing. And some of them, I don't think anybody in this stream will have these names. But if you do, I am so sorry. Here. So one of the last, like the girls' names, they were really fun. Like May Apple and Oleander, and Wolfsbane, and Nightshade, and Snakeroot. So that was what my list looks like. I hope your lists are cooler than mine. Shaylin says your art is also amazing, Rachel. Thank you. Thank you. You're the best. I think Sarah is my biggest inspiration with my art. So my art is also, you know, her art because she inspires me. Wolfsbane, right, Kira? It's kind of a ridiculous name. I don't know what I was looking for. Maybe it was for a specific kind of character. Oleander is kind of amazing for like maybe like a fantasy name, but these were like supposed to be contemporary names. So Wolfsbane. One moment, I'm changing my name to Wolfsbane. Be right back. Shaylin says, right? It's kind of a cool name. Contemporary setting though. I don't know what I was looking up those names for. I'm vibing with Snakeroot, says Kira. You know what? Actually, I might like revisit some of these names because I feel like they might. Does anybody else like really like kind of unique names, like especially in short fiction? Like in one of the stories I just wrote, which is called Fig, one of the characters' name is Zip, like zipper. And so I think kind of stranger names I'm liking for, or like different names I'm liking for short fiction. Dalton says, my 8-year-old niece is getting really good at drawing and art, so I'm gonna get her good sketchbook so she can keep her work in one place. That's so awesome, and that's so awesome that you're gonna get her a sketchbook. That's really great. And I'm sure that she's an amazing artist. Is it object interaction if you name people after random objects? As Vanessa. Yeah, maybe because like imagine like two characters are conversing. You can always be like, this is object interaction. Ashley says changing my legal name to Wolfsbane Snakeroot. Shaylin says, to be fair, I literally just wrote a contemporary story where the main character is named Wolf, so I cannot judge, right? I feel like these cool names are coming back. It's like a trend, you know? Wolfsbane Writes actually has a nice ring to it, says Chloe. I have a main character named Dagger. I should not be saying anything, says Kira. That's a cool name, though. I wouldn't mess with somebody with the name Dagger. Yes. Susan, Sally, Sandra, and read smudged handwriting. Wolfsbane. That's so funny. That was probably my process picking these names. Everybody is obsessed with the name Wolfsbane, I think for good reason. You give me your opinions. Do you want to do another writing sprint or do you just want to talk? What do you guys prefer for the rest of the stream? This is a lot of fun because we're just chilling and having a good time. But let me know what you guys want to do. Joe says, I mean, if celebrities can name their children Apple, why not name your characters wacky things? Right. Maya says, secondary world fantasy names are the worst. Yeah, I feel like names are kind of like I think they come in and out of style. Maya says, I'm jealous of litfic writers. Yeah, I just go on like I was saying before, I probably have the most boring approach to naming characters now. I just search up like vintage names. In 2 years, when an avalanche of books come out with the protag named Wolfsbane, the publishing industry will look back on this stream and see it as cultural touchstone. That's so funny. Yeah, how about we do another sprint in like 5 minutes? How does that sound to you guys? I will probably write 50 words, but if you guys want to do a sprint, let me know. Ava says, I recently just renamed half the characters in my current work in progress. Oh, can you actually like do that? I really struggle with renaming my characters. Like, I know there's this thing, like when you're naming characters, not to have like two similar names, but I never thought about that when I was younger. So then I would have characters who had like the exact same name, but then I didn't change it because I just felt too attached to the name. So let me know. Is anybody like, are you on the side of like I can't change it, or are you on the side of yeah, I'll change it if I need to? I wish I could be like those people who could change it if they need to. Everyone's down for the sprint. Okay. Another 15-minute sprint. Okay. Right? I totally agree with Shaylin here. When people critique my work and tell me to change the names, I simply ignore them because I simply cannot. I feel you. I struggle with that. But I feel like it's a skill that I want to learn, but I just haven't gotten there yet. Blue says, yeah, changing names is weird. I named the main character's mom thinking I would change it, but now I'm attached to it, even though it's like the most basic name ever. I feel you on that. I think it's kind of like a do you or don't you kind of situation. Chloe says, I named my OC Kristen when I was 13 and I cannot change it. It's literally been 7 years. I feel you. Like my characters' names are Harrison and Loden. I'm not making fun of the names. I think they're fine, but like the rest of the characters also have weird names. So that's a problem, I think. Well, at least for me, it just seems like 2014 Rachel, which was true. It was 2014 Rachel. So I can't blame her for choosing those names. I think I really like the name Harrison. Bonin used to be my favorite name ever, but then somewhere along the line now I'm just like, I think maybe the two names together, I'm like, this is too much. Maybe it's just me, but I wouldn't change their names though. And their last names, don't get me started on their last names. Their last names I wish I could change, but I'm just too attached. My my naming characters wacky stupid names. Me naming characters wacky stupid names when I was 11 and not being able to change it, says Kira. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah. Chloe says, I actually love the names Lonan and Harrison. Thank you. Thank you. 13-year-old Rachel is happy to hear that. Ashley says, I'm going to take this sprint and rename my graph because it is way too long. Ashley's still working on her graph. Good luck, Ashley. You will be fine. Just write fanfic. They won't tell you anything, says Bales. That's funny. Okay. How are we feeling about another sprint? And then we can sign off after. Another sprint and more 15 minutes. And hopefully by the end of this, I'll have a scene and I won't have to rewrite everything. Well, but first, Ashley says currently it is exports of goods and services percent of GDP in East Asia and Pacific. I can't read this. I'm sorry, Ashley. Oh my gosh. That sounds my BFA in writing could never. I'm up for another 15-minute sprint, says Ava. Speaking of BFA in writing, I'm thinking of double majoring. Just thought I would put that out there. Because I want to be a teacher and I can't do that with my Bachelor of Fine Arts in writing. So how about now that I put that egg out there, let's do another sprint. And so let me share my screen. Okay. So that is the timer. And let's go for another 15 minutes. Let me just set. Awesome. Okay. We're going to start now. I was on mute. Okay. Okay. I think that's the end of the stream, or the stream of the sprint. Not the end of the stream yet. I still want to talk. How did it go for everybody? I didn't write that much. I kind of like, I feel like this requires me to like listen to music and like take 25 minutes to write one sentence, this scene. So I didn't write too much. I wrote 147 words, but I'm fine with that. And so that's definitely the beginning. I still haven't gotten to describing the butterfly pavilion, butterfly preservation thing that we're talking about, or the greenhouse botanical garden bookstore thing. I haven't gotten to describe that yet. So Chloe says, went into this to work on Nano, accidentally brainstormed a short story. It'd be like that sometimes. Man, I'm jealous. I wish I could brainstorm a short story right now. I need to hand something in by next week, and mine is a mess right now. So Ashley says, first, Grace says, wrote like 150 words before my dad kicked me off his laptop. We wrote like the same amount of words, Grace. That's awesome. Shaylin wrote 182 words that were mostly about snakes. That's fair. I feel like that's a good prompt. It's like a good writing prompt. Ashley says, nothing changed for me. I'm sorry. Good luck with your Excel sheet. Bill says that it didn't write. That's okay. I didn't write for like the last 5 minutes. So I feel you. Rue says, spent half my time fiddling with my working title and happened upon Flea Shelter. Ooh, as the title? That's very cool. August wrote 165 words. So that's less than last time. But that's still awesome. Chloe is excited for the Feeding Habits Butterfly Pavilion update, though, right? I just have to figure out a way to write that where it's like not, I don't know. I just need to write it in like a, this is going to sound annoying. I need to write it in a literary way. Literary break-in. I sound annoying. Watched TikTok. That's very valid. I don't go on TikTok. My best friend Ashley loves TikTok, but I don't know anything about TikTok. Sometimes like I see like the TikTok video show up on YouTube and I'm like, oh, that's cool, but I don't really know anything about it. Ava wrote 342 words. That's awesome. You have no idea where the story is going. That's a mood. Honestly, I never know where my short fiction's going. Amber got in about 90 words. That's solid. That's solid. Dalton wrote about 180 words. Feels like your short story's coming along well. That's great. 180 words. That's a lot. That's awesome. Vanessa got sidetracked into researching witchcraft while trying to come up with conversation topics. That's fair. Now you have like more specific details you can pull on. That's what I say to myself when I fall down a rabbit hole. And that's valid. Joe sometimes reads says, I wrote 111 words, but it's a poem. So that feels like quite a lot. That's a lot for a poem. That's awesome. That's awesome. One of my poems for my poetry submission for my workshop was like 45 words, and then the next one was probably like 100 something words. So it's kind of crazy to see poetry on the different spectrums of word count. Ashley says, yes, I spend most of my time on TikTok. I told you. August says that little graph in my Write Club produces 60% of my serotonin. Valid. Same. Except I forget to update my Write Club a lot. So like my Write Club says Feeding Habits is like at 37,000 words, but I cut out too many words and now it's below 37,000. I don't want to see that bar drop. So I've just not been updating. Story World of M says, I managed to add a few lines to my outline and then had a bunny cuddle break because they kept nibbling on my toes to distract me and I could not stop myself. Oh my goodness, bunnies! That's so cute. My family recently adopted another dog. And so I also feel you with getting distracted with like cuddling with animals. Maya finished their, we'll get back to Geo, finished their workshop piece now for the competition story. Oh, wow. Yeah, the deadline is this week. I feel you on that, kind of rushing toward the deadline. You're going to do awesome. Geo says they think I'm going to start recording a character naming vlog. Ooh, yes. That'll be fun. I will totally watch that if you do post that. Shaylin says, if I don't update my write club, the writing didn't count in my mind. That's so true. Right? The graph is where it's at, honestly. That's why I'm kind of excited for NaNoWriMo. And sort of sorting that out. I think they still have the graph. Do they? I don't know. 5 years ago they had the graph. That was the last time I did NaNoWriMo. How did your writing go again? What did you write about? Anyone wants to share about what their writing haps are? And like, does anyone have any plans for the rest of this Friday? I feel like I wonder if my internet is okay because it seems laggy. Let's see. Let me know. Is my internet working for you guys? Because it just was like, I have 2 bars. Right? My write club. Get on my write club. It's really awesome. Ooh, Bale says the graph is still there. Great. Because I live for the graph. August says, I wrote about a lady convincing herself she still loves her husband. So that's nice. Oh my God, I feel you. That's like the vibe of my short story right now. So I'm happy for you. Shaylin says, I'm 1,500 words into a story right now that has yet to have anything happen in the fictive present and has just been a mosaic of flashbacks. Listen, I feel like that should be a new short fiction form. Mosaic of flashbacks. What a way to describe it, Shaylin. So literary of you. Mosaic of flashbacks. That is a new short fiction form that we can, force onto the literary world because it's valid. Shaylin, that is so true, right? Yeah. Okay. Let me see more comments. Let's see. Greenhouses in space. Ashley says she has no plans, just work. I'm sorry, Ashley. Call me. We will talk about it. Katie says, currently working, playing this in the background. Wish I was writing though. Oh, thank you for playing this in the background while you're working. And good luck with your work. Ava says, the protagonist of my short story is currently walking down the street holding a cat. I don't know what's happening. That's a very specific image. I love specificity, if you couldn't tell. I'm very annoying about it. I am a specificity hoe, I like to call myself. Emily is working on a very cottagecore themed short story and then going to Spirit Halloween store. Oh my gosh, yes. That's awesome. Both the cottagecore and the Spirit Halloween store. Gio is writing a scene where the prince is suffering in so much pain and is being transformed. That sounds intense. I want to read that. Wow. Amber says, I have to redo my self-portrait for my AP art class and it's due next Monday. Oh my gosh. I remember when I was in high school art, I would always like feel like that impending this assignment is coming up, but I always got it. So I know you will also have it too when the time comes. You'll be able to draw an amazing self-portrait, I'm sure. Bale says, I'm writing a short story for English that's supposed to be based on the tenant of Wildfell Hall. So mine's modern day, maybe early 2000s. Ooh, early 2000s. About a girl who dropped out of college to move in with her boyfriend that she hates. Ooh, that's cool. That sounds awesome. Joe says, this poem is about my grandparents' house when I was a child. Oh, that sounds awesome. Everyone's talking about how plot is fake. I agree. Plot is so fake. Who knows who plot is? Nobody. Grace is currently writing a ball scene with my protagonist who's still feeling an argument she had with her father. Oh wow, everyone's writing such intense stuff. I feel that. Things are going to get intense in my scene too. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. I had a busy yesterday, and so I could have given myself today to just write something that's like stress-free, like a description with like 45,000 different specific objects. But no, I'm writing intense character interaction for some reason. I don't know why. August says early 2000s is such a specific vibe, and I did not know existed. Yeah, right? It's so true. I love setting stuff in the early 2000s. Actually, speaking of setting things in the early 2000s, I've recently been timelining feeding habits using a calendar, which is my favorite way to timeline because I suck at timelining. And so for a word, it needed you to enter a date, like a year for the calendar, obviously. And I was like, I'm not setting feeding habits in the year of our Lord 2020. And so I'm setting it in 2006. 2006 is probably the earliest year that I really like remember palpable memory. I feel like such a Gen Z saying that. I'm a 2001er, so I would have been young back then. But so Fostered is canonically set apparently in 2006. So it's early 2000s vibes. Ooh, your main character is going to be captured. Oh my gosh, Gio. I love writing those scenes when I was writing Fostered as like a dystopian. Those were so fun. Shaylin just watched Jennifer's Body, and the 2000 vibes are so aggressive in that movie. It feels like a satire of the 2000s, but was in fact made during them. Wow. I need to watch that. I feel like I've heard of that movie, but I haven't. Is that a movie? I think. But I haven't watched it. Chloe says, I've been obsessed with writing church mud in the 80s. Past era stories are superior. I feel you. I can't really write stories that are like in the present. Like I couldn't write something that happened. Like it has to be like 2012 and below, I think, for me. It's harder to write like modern day stories for me. Vanessa says my novel's set in the 90s, my earliest memory decade, and I'm living for it. Ooh, the 90s. That's awesome. My sister set her amazing novel in the 90s. Oh, it's a comedy horror movie, Jennifer's Body, Shaylin says. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch it then. Because I like comedy a lot. I never used to think I did, and then I realized that all of like my favorite shows, like some of them, are like comedy shows. So I guess I like comedy because they're nice and they make you laugh and they don't make you stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning like Hannibal did that one time. Be Gone asks, kind of an invasive question, but are you in the US? Not invasive at all. No, I am in Canada. I am in Ontario right now. I am from Toronto. If you couldn't tell from that, I just realized how bad my accent was when I said that. Oh God, it's getting worse the more I'm talking about it. My Canadian accent. I never thought I had one, but I do. I definitely do. Canadians definitely have accents. Gio says, I literally think I was born in the wrong era because the 70s to early 2000s are like my eras. I feel you. They have good aesthetics. I don't blame you at all. Maya can't remember. She was born in early 2000s, but Maya says this is a bummer because I really want to write a story set in 2004. I feel you. I can't remember anything, but I just bombard my parents usually when I can't remember from eras that I was alive in but can't remember. Kira says, okay, but setting a novel in 2020 would create infinitely more problems for the characters. It's either a genius move or torturous. I can't spell. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I feel you. I think anybody who is writing a novel, if anyone's writing a novel in 2020, let me know. Do you remember like last year when like we thought 2020 would be cool because 2020? No. Very important to stay home. And isolate. And be mindful of other people because 2020 is not a fun year right now. August says Canadian accent is very similar to the Midwestern American accent, and people used to ask if I'm from Canada. Wow, yeah, I think so. I think you're right. I feel like 2020 will be the hot literary topic in 10 years or something. I think you're right, Vanessa. And Chio says, it's hilarious you're talking about 2006 when I was literally 1. The only thing I remember about 2006 was when I was, I think, probably in kindergarten, and I wrote, like, the date on the board. and my teacher used to have this pointer, and it had like this waxy yellow cap on the end. It was really satisfying, like when you got to use the teacher's pointer. I don't know, does anyone else feel that? And I remember like I had to like say the date and like write it out and stuff, and I remember writing 2006 on the board. That's all I remember from 2006. Bale says, I'm from Kentucky, and since watching your and Shailen's videos, I've picked up hints of a Canadian accent, and it drives my friends insane, but I can't stop it. I love it so much. Oh my gosh, we love that. I feel like my accent probably, from where I've gone to school, it probably has picked up from there too. So I feel you on picking up accents here and there. Chloe says, having a British accent when all the British accent memes are going around is like, I feel seen but also attacked. Chloe, the fact that you have a British accent makes you the coolest. Like, as if you weren't already. Now you're like ultimate cool. That is the coolest accent ever. August says 2020 is a throwaway universe that Suzanne Collins almost set a book in, right? I love the Hunger Games, but I don't love 2020 and how much it's resembling Pan Am. Chloe says, setting a story in America is very whack, though. It's so big. Canada, too. I had to pick a province in Canada for an OC the other day, and it was stressful. I guess I not really thought about that. I think the US is hard for me to write, even though all of my stuff is set there, except my short stories. I'm now trying to be can-lit, so I'm writing in Canadian cities. But I definitely feel you. They are big, big, big countries. Kira has a standard American accent because of the suburbs. Wow. Yeah. Maya says, I wrote a huge concert scene as the ending to a story last year. Oh, man, I would kill to go to a concert. I love going to concerts. See, Kira knows the waxy yellow cap on the teacher's pointer. See, I'm not the only one. Chloe says, Canadian provinces stressed me out because I didn't realize how big the provinces were. Also, I know nothing. I thought Manitoba was a city. To be fair, I don't know anything. If you ask me anything about Canadian geography, I don't know. The only reason I know, like, I will only know things if I, like, live there. I don't know anything. I barely know where I live. So, I feel you. Yeah. I don't think any Canadian knows where anything is, to be honest. It's kind of an ambiguous country. Like, what even is Canada, is what I ask. Ashley says, I am ashamed, Rachel, as a geo major, but as an English major, I feel you. Yeah. Ashley's too smart for me. I don't know anything about geography. I'm really bad at directions and knowing where I am. Kira said, I said to my dad that I can name all 5 Canadian provinces, and like 4 of them were right, and there's 8 provinces. Yes, I think. Is it 8 provinces? I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. You're teaching me more than I actually know, so I have no idea. Shaylin says, trying to write a book set in the city I grew up in, and it feels like I have never been there. I know. I feel like I used to be much better at like writing outside of like where I live or where I've been, but now I just like want to write where I've been, and I still describe it all wrong. So, Bales says, I'm so terrible at geography. I rue the day I start driving without a GPS, right? I feel like I would get lost so fast. Maya, I got lost near my house. I was not a child. I'm so bad at directions. I feel you on that. I don't think I have any funny stories about that because I don't really leave my house, but definitely bad at directions as well. Ashley says 10 provinces, 3 territories. 10 provinces? I thought it was like all together. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. You're too smart for me. I don't know. Chloe says, I took a train that went through France, Monaco, and am I saying that right? I don't know what that country is pronounced like. I'm dumb. As you can see, I don't know anything about geography. In Italy, and it was literally like less than 3 hours. I've noticed that like people, can you travel to like Paris from, I'm gonna sound dumb, from London. Can you? I don't know. But I was like, that sounds crazy. It takes a long time to travel through Canada. Isn't it like the biggest, like geographically biggest country, second biggest behind Russia? Begone asked, is it cold in Ontario? Today it was kind of cold, but it was really warm one day last week. I'm pretty sure we're having a warm winter. No snow. It is much warmer than I expected so far. Ava says, I live in BC, but I only learned what the capital of BC was a year ago. That's funny. Okay, the capital of BC is Victoria, I think. Right? Right? Okay. Okay, I'm right. You can take the train. Okay, from London to Paris. Right? Says Chloe, I think. Okay. Amelia says there's a Eurotunnel. What is this? Looks interesting. And a ferry to Calais? I don't know how to say that. Maybe, I don't know. But that's cool. Is that parrot? I don't know. August says we drive 3 hours and we're only halfway to my cardiologist. What is Europe, right? Europe is, I don't even know how to describe it. That's cool. Canada is an endless void. After 3 hours of driving, you're still in the same province. You've lost the will to live and your sense of spatial awareness. Shaylin is totally right on that. Hi, Whitney. Whitney says, hi, I'm a new subscriber, and we've also driven to France from London. They put your car on the train. That's like driving onto a ferry. It's foreign to my city background. I can't fathom that. That's so cool. You still have 80-degree weather where you are, Beacon? Wow, that's cool. Europe seems like such an interesting place to be. I've never been to Europe. I don't travel. I don't really like traveling. Kira says, I want to go to Greece and set a story on a Greek island like Mamma Mia. That is the most valid thing ever. Mamma Mia is the best. I saw Mamma Mia with my mom last year, and it was so good. I love Mamma Mia. Oh no, Ashley says there's a snowstorm coming. For whom? It's not me. It's not me. When? I didn't know there was a snowstorm coming. Oh no. I'm so upset. I don't like snow. I hate snow. I hate snow. Some people like snow, and I wish I was those people, but I hate it. It's gross and slushy and not fun. I'm sorry, Kira. There's a snowstorm where you are. That sucks. Anyway, I feel like this stream it's quite long, so I feel like I should wrap this up, get in those last words. That sounded ominous. I hope you guys enjoyed this stream. I think I'm gonna log off in like a minute or two. Thank you for being here and for staying for the sprints and for participating and for chatting with me in the chat. It was a lot of fun. I'm gonna have to do more of these, and hopefully next time, like, I am better at knowing the technology, but knowing me, I probably won't be better. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Friday. I'm gonna go make mooncakes instead of working on my short story. Maybe that would be a good short story idea. And yeah, I'm gonna go make those, and then, I don't know, eat them and go to bed. So that's my plan. Thank you for attending. I'm just gonna call out names. Thank you, Vanessa, Amber, August, Chloe, Shaylin, Story World of M. I'm sorry, I've been saying your name wrong the whole time. That you like snow. That's awesome. Awesome for you. Ava, Kira, Maya, Amelia, and of course Ashley in blue. And I will post about if I make any more streams in the future. I might do maybe 1 or 2 for some writing sprints for Nano. And good luck to everybody with Nano. And I wish you guys all the best. I'm gonna log off and I will try to upload this afterward. But thank you for being here. And I will see you guys in the next video. I have, speaking of the next video, a video went up today, Halloween special. If you want to watch that after this, even though you might be ridiculed out by now. But anyway, if you want to check it out, it's on my channel now. So I will see you guys later. And I hope you have a wonderful Friday. Thank you for joining me. Okay, bye-bye.